And a very warm welcome to our channel. This time it's a railway theme to it, and I'm walking from number 6 Fullerton Junction up to Andover. Well, just what's left of it. There's not much, but there's a bit in places. So the bottom star is where I am now, which is on the corner or the bend of the A3057, which goes over the bridge, turns sharp right and follows the railway down to Kimbridge, really, just short of Romsey. I'm on the old Sprat and Winkle railway line, which ran from Andover down to Romsey and then to Redbridge. Now, at the moment I'm at sharp bend in the A3057, which follows the course of the line pretty well most of the way to Romsey. Way on my left is the Mayfly pub, which used to be the Seven Stars. Can't see it through the bushes at the moment. I'll get a shot of it later on. But at this point the railway came round a very sharp curve, and it came through two arches here, one on the up line and one on the down. Looking back down there, that's the track of the line which goes down to Stockbridge. In fact, Stockbridge is the next station. No long gone, of course. But we're going to go the other way. Bears off to the left at that point. When I first moved here in 1968, they were just starting to take the track up. I remember seeing a diesel locomotive on it with some flatbed wagons, and they were picking up everything they could. They were completely destroyed, taking all the artifacts away. I mean, this bridge has been modified because it was a double track line, so couldn't possibly get across here. That's the River Test flowing on its merry way towards Southampton. At the Tests and the railway cross occasionally, but by and large they follow each other. That's the river bridge alongside the Mayfly Inn. Mayfly is on the right. And there's the Mayfly pub, which sits right alongside the river. It's down below the bridge, so it's just down off the road. I'm not sure if these aren't parts of old signal posts. I can't think what else they'd be doing. This is where we cross the river. In fact, that's the original bridge. The bit I walked on was not the original, it wasn't wide enough. That's definitely the railway bridge. See the steel works. Looks as if they've almost taken the track to one side of it. So it may have been very wide there. That's the first actual railway post I've come across in this gateway. Be one on that side as well, but that's knocked over. Yes, the original bridge is there. See the iron steel work. So I'm not sure what I'm still in. It may have been that wide. It is on a curve. These rails look to be original. as does the fence on the other side. Anyway, press on. You can see the old bridge base quite easily from here. That may have been a base of a signal, because not far up the line there is Fullerton Junction. There must have been signals in this area. Warning, sewage outflow. Well, straight into the river presumably. Not good. We're making our way towards Fullerton now, not very far. I'm very close to Fullerton Junction now, and that must be the up platform over there, and I'm standing on the down platform, and there's the track in between. This must have been part of the junction. This must have been the piece that went up to Wherwell to Long Parish. I can't remember when it was intact without the woods growing in it. From where I'm stood by the signal box, the track to the left went to Andover, and the track to the right was the branch line to Long Parish. Yes, there's a platform edge there. Without doubt. It's too far across to be the Andover line. It must have been the Long Parish line, the branch, which closed quite early on. The Andover Bridge branch closed in '63, and I say they were taking it up in '68. Yeah, and there's a bit more platform there on the other side. Newer type of platform. So somewhere here the two lines converged. The branch to my left and the main line to my right. And somewhere in that area, that tangle was the station. Although this looks like railway ballast, it's too uneven, too up and down for the railway bed. I think they may have changed the layout a little bit to suit their needs when they put the cycleway in. The old railway cottage, I've been round there in the past. I did work for garden machinery. I think there's 4 cottages there. The railway is more or less where I'm stood. The trace of probably a signal post there on the left. The old station house is there. I've been in there in the past, and I was actually shown the old platforms. That was 20 years ago. It's rather overgrown now. Well, the star shows me where I am now, but I can't follow the yellow or the blue arrows because they take the old branch line up to Wherwell, and I've got to get to the left, so I'm probably have to get out. Hopefully I can get under the bridge, the road bridge, and then make my way up the hill. I can get across to Goodworth Clapford then. I've left the junction station now, the junction of the line, and this is the line that, behind me, goes through Andover via Clapford. I can't get much further. There's a gate across it, so there's quite a bit now I can't access. I would say the railway went through there. That would be the line of it. I'm taking a left here, follow the path round, and hope for the best. Although it's not obvious from here, this is very much of a humpback bridge, and on the right hand side, almost immediately, there's a side road comes in, and it's very dangerous. I always go very steady over that bridge. If anything's coming out of the side turning, you've got not much chance to stop. Yeah, that's the entrance onto the main road, which is, you can't see it, comes down off the bridge very quickly and very abruptly. And also it's a steep slope onto the road, so you've got to get out quickly. Anyway, we turn this way. This road goes through to, well, it goes, you go to Longstock or Clatford. But there's a shortcut. This is the old fishing keeper's cottage here. I'm sorry, that was actually a Fullerton mill. When I knew it, there was the river keeper lived there. But it was a mill. I've got to make my way up around the hill here, and there should be a footpath on the right, which takes me down towards Westover Farm. Right, I've reached the footpath. This takes me down, the shortcut really takes me right down towards Clatford. Instead of climbing that big hill. Well, the railway line is in those nearer trees, the biggest trees in the foreground. But can't get down there. I'm taking a shortcut across the hill to meet up with it down the bottom. Down the bottom of the field, in that corner I think it was, years ago they discovered a Roman villa. And also there's a beautiful mosaic they found. Part of the mosaic is now in Andover Museum. Another part is apparently in Fullerton House. But that's where it was, just off the railway track bed. I would say that's where it was, just down there. The villa is marked on the older maps, but not the recent ones. It's the cross there, that's where it was. Right. Oh, a bit of a squeeze. Although I lived within a quarter of a mile of this place, I've never walked this path before. Didn't know it existed even, just thanks to the map that I found it. But it's certainly a shortcut to where I want to go. Well, I think now I'm very close to the railway, it's on my right. I've ducked back down, it's in there somewhere. It's all overgrown. There's a post in there which could be a railway fence post. I reckon so. Yes, this is the track bed right in front of me. Right in front of me. It makes its way up to Clatford Station. Yes, that's the track bed through there. But I'm not allowed. It's stupid really. Stupid. I'm now at Lower Westover. And I lived at Westover, but not down here. It's up on the hill by the farm. Some of the staff lived here. That's where my boss lived, up there, Westover Farmhouse. A very nice chap to work for too. One of the best. Still pink house. It always was pink. There was a warning sign here, a big board on the other side of the track, which said, "A bell will ring when a train approaches from Stockbridge. It will not ring when it approaches from Andover area." That's because there was a curve in the track from Stockbridge, you couldn't see it. I wish I'd have kept that board. I took it up the farm and it was in the corner, but it was quite unique, and it was simply because the track was in a cutting, and that cut the sound off and everything else. Quite a pretty property there. Not the prettiest, there are better ones, we shall see soon. And Clapford still has a garage, a petrol station. If you look at the price, $198. Bear in mind that just where we live in Faberstown, it's $176 this morning, so it's 22 pence more. There's one of the two village pubs at Clapford Arms. Small village, it's got two pubs still. On this side of the road there's a nice property, thatched. A delightful little cottage. Quickly followed by another one. I'm going down the side of the village hall. It should go down to the railway. Here's River Anton. Well, the ducks. That's a sign of habitation. Where the ducks there might be food. The river splits in two here, the main one on my right, but the railway should be on the left. It didn't cross the river, so it must be in the trees there somewhere on the left. Looking down the stream now, back from where I came from. Yeah, this is something different here. This is new. So apparently it's they've reconstructed it with a platform. The other station wasn't here, but it'd be nice to see some information on this board about it. Path is on the route of the disused railway, Sprat and Winkle. The boardwalk and platform have been constructed to minimise disturbance of the fragile nature of the site. Well, I look forward to that. Well, though it says it's on the railway line, I don't see any sign of it. It obviously did come through here, but I thought it'd rebuilt a platform, but they haven't. There's some seats here, and there's a bench the other side, which I assume they call a platform. Never mind. Somewhere to eat my lunch. Fresh from the village shop. I thought on the notice it implied they'd used the trackbed to go a long way, but it only comes here in a circle, and there's that bench on the left and a couple of long seats here. I don't know. Well, that was a bit disappointing. I thought there's going to be more to it than that. I don't know. It doesn't look high enough to be a railway bridge. Yeah, the railway must have come through here. There must have been a bridge here, but it's either been filled in or it's disappeared under the undergrowth. I think that was the old track bed. It's certainly on this side of the river, but to me, as where I'm standing, I reckon they filled the bridge in, taken the parapet away. That's why I can't find it. Yes, this is the lesser of the two streets. This is the tributary here. I did think it might have been the old railway, but that's not high enough. Anyway, it was double track, so it's not wide enough. So panning round, looking downstream again. The railway was on the right of this river, but the bridge is gone, it's been filled in. Up on the bank behind the pub, there was a load of stones and brickwork, and it looked like the parapet of the bridge there. A signal post maybe. There we are, that's definitely a part of a bridge. It's just pushed over and left there. Some more concrete there. All sorts of stuff in the hedge. Definitely railway orientated. Sun's come out now. Change of glasses. Interesting signs. A Ford down here. Unsuitable for motor vehicles. And what does it say on the other side? Try your brakes. Well, you wouldn't get up this far. In any case, there's a post in the middle of the road, track. There's just no reason for some things. That was almost a brand new sign, try your brakes. Well, you couldn't get up here with a car or anything else. This was the Ford. Oh, it's quite deep. What's the other end? Look, there's a good footbridge over it now. Dog's enjoying himself in the water. These stone steps here apparently led up to the back of the signal box, which was on this side of the railway. I think the signal box was in these bushes here, because if that's the old railway fence there, which it might be, there is a sign on the other side of it. I'll go around in a moment. Well, that might say Clapford, but that's not an original sign. It might be the original fence. That's about all I can tell from here. The railway came through here. Not quite sure of the lines. Roughly on this line. Went through. There's no bungalows there, and I'll pop round the other end so if I can see anything else. They used diesel multiple units in the last 10 or 12 years of its life for the local trains anyway. Well, that's where the station was, Clapford Station. I think probably on the right-hand bungalow, more down that way. It's very difficult to align it now. But immediately beyond the station was a level crossing with gates and signal box. That's a train coming northbound, probably bound for Cheltenham. There was a service to Cheltenham, in both directions. But if the station was here, the line went through those trees. And the signal box was in this corner, somewhere here. Right, so this is the road, there must have been the level crossing here. Had the gates operated from the signal box, presumably. This must be the line of the tracks. The road through this crossing went up past, or through that ford I've just shown you, the way up the hill. Never really a road. Well, a helpful chap's just told me if I walk down here a bit further, I'll see the edge of the platform. That probably is the fence. Oh yes, it rides up there. Typical platform. Ah, here we are. Here we are. So this was the old platform, the back of the platform anyway, not the line side. It's about all that's left of it. We've got the platform down below, and then that's the, well, I imagine that's the original fence. Would be about right. Which on the other side has got the nameplate on it. That must be where the platform started to taper down. That all makes sense. So where that bus stop and house is, bungalow, that's the site of the old Catford station. And I think I've sort of narrowed it down now. And there's the village school up there. Quite a nice little shop. It's run by volunteers nowadays. An old signpost on the other side. Longstock and Stockbridge to the left, Abbottstown, Upper Clapford to the right, and then that's to my right goes up to the main Winchester, well, Stockbridge Andover Road. During the Second World War, a stray German bomb landed here and killed 6 people. Right outside the school. Just around this corner is a bridge. I'll try and show you if I can get in to see the name on it. It was made by Taskers of Andover, Anna Valley, a long time ago. Yes, the bridge I'm on was made by Taskers in 1845. Not made for anything too wide though, it's a very narrow bridge. Four geese and 2 swans up there. This is Upper Clapford Church. I haven't got time to go in there today because I've still got to get back to town. That's in Andover, and that'll be another hour or more. There's several acres of meadowsweet, what I call meadowsweet, and it's very fragrant. I can smell it from here, right across the road. Well, this is All Saints Church. A nice lich gate, 1905. Lovely water lilies out there. Almost to the railway line now. There's a bridge just ahead of me which goes over the old railway track. And there is the remains of a signal post. I knew that was here. I've been in the garden that it sits in, so the trackbed is just the other side of it. Here we are again. To get the ladder up to it. I would think the railway went through there to the left of that little stream. And on towards Andover. This is the Crook and Cheers at Upper Clapford, where I am now. Now at last, I am on trackbed. This is the last stretch to Andover. Just past Rooksbury Lakes and Rooksbury Mill, which we'll have a look at. And there, to prove it, is one of the old railway fence posts. Genuine concrete. This railway line was built on using the Andover Canal, Andover Redbridge Canal. So they filled the canal in, turned into a railway. Save for a little bit down Romsey, it's about a mile of it. The old canal still in situ. Here's the River Anton again, which comes out of the lakes, which we'll arrive at shortly. Quite a few trees down in this area. Big one there. There's a railway post and another one there. Maybe there was a gate here at one time. Really noisy now. We're coming up to the A303, which I go under. Then arrive at the lakes. We're at one very noisy main road. Well, this is part of Rooksbury Mill. No longer a mill, or but turned into flats nowadays. But we'll make a detour here and show you something else. Rooksbury Lake, there are several lakes, that's the main one. Well, that's Rooksbury Mill. That's the old part of it there, so the main part's flats. That must be the part of the old mill itself. Well, that's the track bed, and had a retaining wall here for drainage. Quite a feature of the railway, drainage each side of it. There's certainly been some damage from the wind up here. Lots of trees down, chopped up. Blackbird down there too. Oh, there's the blackbird. There's a sign of the times. These have plaques on them at one time. I noticed one just now, still there. I've seen three now with nothing on it at all. Just vandalism. There's always water running out of the side of this bank all the way along, several points. So there must be springs up there somewhere. There's quite high ground up to the, on my right. You know now you're getting near Andover when you see that. Shocking. The streams are really overgrown at the moment, and it's like wild watercress in there. Absolute mass of it. Oh look, another shopping trolley. You know how they get them here? The wheels should lock when they go over a part of the flooring, but they seem to get here all the same. These houses have got lovely gardens. They come right down to the little stream. Very pretty. From here on, the trackway gets a bit vague because all these business places weren't there then. I think it went off a little bit to the right, then curved round into the station. Yes, that's the line of the track and the station is almost the same as that road. Curved right round there. And that's the station. Just up toward the town. That back in the steam days. Just beyond that is the old level crossing, which used to jam the town with traffic as if when they were closed. And there's a train probably bound from Cheltenham. Thank you for watching that. That's took a long time to make, but I enjoyed it. I hope you did too.